Now at 8, we're learning the identity of the man left dead outside of a house fire in the town of Mazomanie, a former Badger and writer, but those who knew him are saying.
And we are tracking some rain that's spreading across southern Wisconsin. It's going to be a pretty wet day. We'll have the first warning forecast coming up.
Plus, final security details are announced for the upcoming Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. Do what authorities want you to know. Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings this Saturday. I'm Kyle Pazorski. It is June 22nd. Actress Meryl Streep turned 75 today. Let's begin by taking a look outside. Kelly Slifka is here for Jacob today. Good morning, Kelly. How are you doing?
Pretty good, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing on the radar this morning. A pretty solid area of rain from Madison all the way to the Iowa and Minnesota border. So pretty solid area. It's mainly light to moderate rain, but occasionally you'll see a lightning bolt striking as well. So we've got several hours now that will be fairly wet. I think we'll get a little bit of a break as we get into the early afternoon hours. But right now it's just moving into Middleton, Prairie du Sac seeing the rain as well. Wisconsin Dells, that extends over there toward La Crosse. We are under a slight risk of severe weather for today. That's on the scale of 1 to 5. That's category 2, all of southern Wisconsin, basically south of La Crosse, Viroqua, and Camp Douglas through the rest of the state. All right, as we take a look at our 6-hour future radar, you can see that the showers and storms come through this morning, at least that solid area. Still can't rule out some scattered activity. Notice how it's trailing right over Madison. Seems to be the case, and that's what we've been dealing with over the last several days here in southern Wisconsin. We do have a flood watch in effect until midnight for most areas of southern Wisconsin due to the ongoing heavy rain that we've already seen and also the additional couple of inches of rain. Along with that, we do have the potential of seeing some strong to severe storms, especially later this afternoon. It should come to an end by this evening. After about 9 o'clock, it should be just about done with. Temperatures today headed into the 70s and low 80s across the area. Going to be humid today, but we'll lose that humidity and dry out tomorrow. We'll have the first morning forecast coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you. We'll check back in just a bit. Moving on to our top stories, we're learning more about the man who was killed in a fire in Mazomanie this week. 75-year-old Gary Enberg died in his home from that fire happening Thursday morning. Neighbors and friends of Gary told us about his life and passions, saying he was an avid fisherman, sportsman, and hunter.
You've known him for about 30 years. Tell me a little bit about the kind of friend that Gary was.
Well, he was a loyal friend. We would talk almost every day. He was passionate about hockey. He was passionate about fishing and dogs. I guess that was his 3 biggest things. He had a big smile and he had a big heart.
Enberg also played both hockey and football for the Wisconsin Badgers, as well as was a known outdoor writer and blogger. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Meanwhile, Madison police are looking to locate the persons believed to have physically attacked a gas station clerk this week. In an incident report, MPD saying 2 individuals entered the store on Park Street taking items without paying. When the clerk confronted them, one of the individuals physically attacked the clerk, who walked away with a cut to the face and a broken nose. Police say this is still an active investigation. We are now less than a month away from the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. On Friday, Secret Service released its final security plans for the event's perimeter. Here's a look at those plans. The yellow band around the Pfizer Forum you see here will be closed down to cars. The red band is completely closed off unless you are credentialed for the convention. And while it is reasonable to think the convention will be a lot to handle for local law enforcement, they say Milwaukee is no stranger to hosting large events like this.
Milwaukee does have a long history of successful independent event planning, including the annual Summerfest celebration, the Harley-Davidson Homecoming Festival, and the 2021 Milwaukee Bucks Championship Parade. Previous experience and extensive preparation all contribute to a level of confidence ahead of this convention.
Additionally, authorities say the perimeter was expanded to include Pierre Marquette Park, so protesters will not be able to gather there like they could in the past. Milwaukee is planning to see some protests with the Secret Service, including 2 designated zones in this plan. The GOP convention runs from July 15th through the 18th at Pfizer Forum. And before the RNC comes to Wisconsin, President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump are gearing up for their first presidential debate. The president's former chief of staff, Ron Klain, who has been working with Democratic leaders for decades, is among those helping President Biden get ready. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump is leaning on help from some of his top contenders for vice president, including Senators J.D. Vance of Ohio and Marco Rubio of Florida.
Looking for Biden to give the same performance he did in the previous debates, but also to do what he did in the State of the Union, which is to surprise expectations.
I think the former president needs to practice with his team, particularly on how he may respond to some difficult questions, maybe about January 6th, maybe questions about some of the legal issues that he currently faces.
That first debate, by the way, is on CNN next Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. And CBS News has learned the identity of the man who shot and killed 3 people and injured another 8 in an Arkansas grocery store Friday. Police have identified the gunman as 44-year-old Travis Posey, and they say he'll be charged with 3 counts of capital murder. It happened at the Mad Butcher grocery store in Fordyce, Arkansas, which is about an hour south of Little Rock. 2 law enforcement officers were also injured as well as the gunman. People inside the store reportedly hid in freezers and coolers to escape the gunfire, while some witnesses saw the shooting from outside of the store.
I'm kind of shaken up. It was something like you'd see on TV. It was definitely shots fired continuously.
The 2 police officers are expecting to recover, as is the suspect. Of those who were shot, their injuries range from non-life-threatening to extremely critical. A mixed ending on Wall Street Friday to close the shortened trading week. The Dow ended the day with arrows pointing up, but both the S&P 500 and NASDAQ Composite closed the day in the red. Here's a look at Friday's closing numbers. The Dow adds another 15.5 points, NASDAQ down 32, and S&P falls 8.5. American Express is continuing to pursue dining-related services. The credit card giant said Friday it bought the restaurant reservation service Tock for $400 million in cash. This is the second reservation service company acquired by American Express. The credit card company bought Tock's rival Resy in 2019. American Express says dining is a growing pending category for its cardholders, and Amex customers spent $100 billion on dining out just this past year. Now to some more local news. Hundreds of musicians taking their talents to stages across Madison Friday for Make Music Day. Photojournalist Christopher Hawbaker gives us a look inside the sights and sounds of Make Music Madison.
Nothing wrong with feeling fine. It's pure for it fine. There's nothing wrong with feeling good.
This is Make Music Madison's 12th year, and we're really honored to be one of the largest events in the country.
Drink it on my coffee. I wear it proud. Till the winners come in, suck out my brain.
We have over 1,500 individual performers at over 200 different venues around the city. Really encourage our businesses to celebrate musicians on this day.
Thank you for being out here in the hot weather.
How can you give back to them? How can you promote them?
Like, it's an opportunity to meet all sorts of different businesses. By having it all kind of centrally focused on one day, it kind of brings out the spirit of the music scene in Madison.
Take Back the Sun, we're going to be providing the sound for the bands here at this stage, the Rainbow Pavilion. But I'm going to be here all day, just hanging out, watching the bands, and having a good time.
It really shows that, like, live music can happen anywhere. It creates a sense of community in businesses that I think is really special.
Now that just seems like a lot of fun. Time now is 8:08, still ahead. We take a look at some of the extreme heat warnings and advisories going on from Los Angeles to New York. And let's take a live look outside this morning. Kelly will have some rain in the forecast when we come back. But first, the George Vitans Golf Academy will show us the fundamentals to putting. That's all ahead. You're watching Weekend Mornings.
First Warn Weather, keeping you ahead of the storms.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including the Del Bar for Best Restaurant and 4 other exciting categories in food and drink. Vote for the Del Bar on MadisonMagazine.com.
The Spring Green Art Fair is coming June 29th and 30th to downtown Spring Green. Hundreds of artists from around the nation will be there both days. Don't miss the fun and excitement June 29th and 30th in Spring Green.
After 35 years in business on Madison's west side, Capital Car Cleaners is celebrating by offering all our customers $10 off an interior or exterior detail or $20 off a full-service detail. We detail all cars, pickups, SUVs, motorcycles, and full-size vans. Call today to set up an appointment at our Watts Road location and get $10 off an interior or exterior detail or $20 off a full-service detail. Check out our website at capitalcarcleaners.com.
Capital Car Cleaners, auto detailing at its best.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
We believe every baby deserves a healthy start. Yet many parents in our community are struggling to afford the basic necessities. You can help change that.
Please donate to the News 3 Now Community Baby Shower. Drop off infant care items at Babies and Beyond, Monday through Friday and Saturday morning. Visit channel3000.com for complete details. News 3 Now Community Baby Shower, sponsored by Viridian Homes and Dave Jones. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You're watching News 3 Now, voted Best News Operation of the Year 2023 by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
And welcome back. Question here. Have you ever seen anything like this before? It is a house, or rather a pretty substantial building on the move through Madison. The owner saying it's not that old and still usable, just they want to move it to a new spot. Our Armand Rahman will have the full story coming up in our next half hour. To some health news, 4 menthol vaping products have been authorized by the Food and Drug Administration. Friday's decision by the FDA marks the first time the agency has signed off on a non-tobacco flavored e-cigarette product. Although authorization is not the same thing as receiving approval from the agency, the FDA says the decision does not mean products like this are safe, but evidence shows vaping can be less harmful to regular cigarettes and may help adult smokers switch to e-cigarettes. And health experts are warning that social media influencers are not a reliable source of medical information. Go figure, right? As much of the nation is dealing with extreme summer heat, medical experts are concerned about false and potentially dangerous messages spread online. In one video, a TikTok influencer who said people shouldn't wear sunscreen was liked 36 million times. Another person on TikTok had a message seen by millions that said people who spend more time in the sun are less likely to get sunburn. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says less than 10% of men and 30% of women under the age of 30 properly use sunscreen. Speaking of that heat, more than 100 million Americans were under excessive heat warnings and advisories yesterday, and the hot temperatures are continuing on through the weekend. Bradley Blackburn has more on the record-breaking swelter.
Across the country, it's hot.
It's hot out here. It's real hot.
And for those who have to work in the weather, like FedEx driver Kevin Hayward, cooling off is about keeping safe.
You just gotta grab your ice and grab your rag and then wipe your face. That's it.
You can start out with just heat exhaustion, but that can progress to heat illness.
ER Dr. Carrie Lehman says temperatures like these can truly be life-threatening.
Worst case scenario, it can lead to heat stroke. And if you become someone who is affected by heat stroke, it could lead to damage to the brain.
On Friday, temperatures hit 95 in Philadelphia and 98 in Louisville. Officials in Maine have recorded nearly 80 heat-related emergency visits this week. The high temps are testing transit systems, too. In New York City, train travel at New York's Penn Station was disrupted by power problems, with delays and cancellations.
Frustrating, it's uncomfortable, there's no place to sit.
For many, water is the best source of relief, but the heat can even disrupt that. Some beaches in Vermont closed due to dangerous cyanobacteria blooms.
I was going to come down and cool off.
And in Ohio, kayak companies are cutting hours to keep paddlers out of the water during the hottest time of the day.
Definitely, you can tell they're coming off tired, and everybody just feels the heat.
Feeling the heat everywhere. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And doctors say heat indexes higher than 91 degrees can pose health threats, and it is crucial to hydrate, stay out of the sun, and limit exposure to the scorching weather if you can. Well, let's head outside now. Kelly has an umbrella, so we go from a heat story to what we have outside today. Kelly, complete opposite, right?
Yeah, we're not going to have the heat that we've been dealing with earlier in the week, but we are dealing with the rain that seems to be an ongoing situation so far this year. And you can see how much rain we've had. This isn't just the last 24 hours. You can see up to the north side of Madison, Waunakee, up into parts of Columbia County. Over 4 inches of rain, so we really need a break. There wasn't quite as much down to the south of Madison, but still, all of southern Wisconsin has been just really inundated with rain. And, well, here we go again. We've got more rain. This is our live radar right now showing that the rain is falling in Madison. It's fairly light right now. It's not real heavy, but just kind of pesky for us, and it does extend all the way to the Iowa border. And you can see it's just tracking slowly northeasterly, so it'll be with us for several hours yet this morning. I think we will get a little bit of a break early this afternoon, but that will allow the atmosphere to really get energized, and we do have an alert day for the potential of strong to severe storms and also obviously flooding with all the rain and the saturated ground we've got already. That'll be today. It should be coming to an end this evening. And as mentioned, the flooding risk is relatively high because we've had so much rain this month. And when you're talking about another inch, 2, 3 inches of rain, that could pose more problems again later today. May see some wind with some of these storms developing later this afternoon and also lower impacts of some hail. Can't rule out an isolated tornado. So as you plan your morning, count on some wet weather throughout the morning hours. A little bit of a break as we get into the early afternoon hours, at least for some. And then comes the big round of storms coming in about 6, 7 o'clock before starting to move on to the east after about 8, 9 o'clock. And then we should get into some drier weather. The humidity is going to drop because we have a cold front that's going to be passing through. Look at what we're going to add. Another inch, 2, maybe a little bit more than that for some. So once again, it's going to be another soggy Saturday. We do have flood watches because of the saturated ground and the rain that we're expecting today. The good news, after we get through today, we do have lesser chances of rain. Our only other shot is coming in Monday night into Tuesday. That will be our next chance of some rain. Otherwise, it's going to be fairly dry. All right, our first warn forecast for Madison. We do have the alert day because of the potential of some strong to severe storms and also that flooding risk. Still humid today, but obviously not as hot because of the rain that we're seeing this morning. 78 tomorrow. The humidity will be a lot lower tomorrow afternoon. Still relatively low on Monday, but it will creep up on Tuesdays. We get close to 90. That'll be our next cold front that'll bring us around to some showers and thunderstorms later in the day, and then a little bit cooler on Wednesday and Thursday. And for La Crosse, we got the showers and thunderstorms. Can't rule out a few showers and storms tomorrow going into Monday, but the chances will not be as much as what we're seeing today. Temperatures do cool a little bit by Wednesday before another chance of some showers and thunderstorms by Friday and Saturday of the following weekend.
Yeah, Kelly, thank you so much for that. It's not exactly the best type of weather to go golfing, but we still want you to better your golf game this summer. The George Vitans Golf Academy is providing tips to help you lower your score. Here this morning is Joel Weiss showing us the fundamentals to putting.
Today I'm discussing the putting stroke. Obviously, the quality of the putting stroke can have a dramatic effect on your score. Let's talk about some common fundamentals. One is narrowing the stance. Another is ensuring that your eyes are directly over the golf ball to allow you to view the line of the putt. Another very important thing is how you position your hands. A common use to minimize wrist action is index finger of the upper hand running down the knuckles of the lower hand, a cross-handed grip, leading hand below, trail hand above, or some version of a claw where the fingers are on top, thumb underneath. As far as a putting stroke, try to match the pace and distance. Common problems are acceleration, leading to that ball going way beyond the cup, or deceleration. The proper way is to match the speed and the length on the swing. I'm Joel Weitz, PGA professional. Improve your play the fundamental way.
All right, and still ahead, Kelly will be back with a quick check at the weather that we're expecting for the weekend. Plus, there are several new shows and movies to check out. Will Loper will share his picks and 3 things to watch when we return on Weekend Mornings.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for 27 years. When they asked me to talk to you about their special customer event, Us Days, I said, I gotta get in shape. Us Days means exclusive deals just for us customers.
Us Days is back at U.S. Cellular.
Talk about fireworks. Check out these offers during the 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Save up to $200 on our Doctor's Choice lineup. And check out the Factory Direct Summit. Now only $299.99. Purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a free $300 gift. Or score 5 years no-interest financing and free shipping. It's the 4th of July sale. On now at Denver Mattress.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Badgerland Decks and Construction for Best Home Builders and Best Outdoor Living and Services. Vote for Badgerland Decks and Construction today.
When a crane collapsed during construction of a Major League sports stadium, 3 workers lost their lives. Their widows called us. When maintenance workers were permanently injured by an industrial accident at a public utilities power plant, the 7 injured workers called us. When a factory exploded, injuring dozens of workers, 18 victims, including all 3 families of men who lost their lives, called us. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Milwaukee, are you ready?
All the best parts of summer are here at Summerfest. Along one epic, music vibing, crowd cheering, lakefront. Experience 600 artists across 12 stages during 3 unforgettable weekends. Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance. Find tickets, lineup, and more at summerfest.com.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
You have a consumer issue, and you keep getting the runaround.
It was just a total nightmare.
What you need is an advocate.
It's call for action to help me. Nobody else did.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team has the experience and resources to get results.
He was able to accomplish in a couple months what we couldn't accomplish in 4 years.
Need help? Contact us by phone or on channel3000.com. Call for Action, only on News 3 Now. Moving forward for you.
I devised a plan to find better home internet, guys. Madison, you scout the web for the best deals. And Ellen...
Avoid that hassle and go with U.S. Cellular Home Internet. No more guesswork, and it is faster than ever.
U.S. Cellular new and improved home internet. Just $34.99 when bundled with a wireless plan.
All right, good morning, meteorologist Kelly Slifka on this first warn alert day due to the flooding potential with the ongoing rain and more rain on top of what we've already had. Along with that, later this afternoon into the evening, we do have the potential of seeing some strong to severe storms. Can't rule out some gusty winds and even some hail, maybe even an isolated tornado. That'll be coming to an end this evening. In the meantime, we've got all the saturated grounds out there. They've got the rain falling on top of that. We do have a flood watch in effect until midnight for most of our area, and you can see solid area of rain over southern Wisconsin, extends basically from La Crosse down to Prairie du Chien, through Madison up toward Watertown. Everything is slowly moving to the north and east. Most of this is light to moderate. Occasionally you get a brief heavier downpour with some lightning that's traveling right now right along the Wisconsin River Valley. You can see that lightning bolt there. In Madison, we've got the light showers in Madison, a little bit more intense activity up there toward Partyville, headed toward Beaver Dam. Our high-resolution radar, you can see the showers becoming a little bit more scattered early this afternoon, but then we'll expect more later on today, and some of those may produce some strong to severe storms, and we'll have more on that coming up.
Kelly, thank you. Well, it's going to be pretty much rain, as Kelly just said, throughout the day. So as the rain moves through, there is a lot to check out on your couch in the world of streaming. Our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
We're in a race against the Nazis. And I know what it means if the Nazis have a bomb.
Newly streaming on Amazon Prime Video is the 2023 film Oppenheimer.
We've got one hope. All America's industrial might and scientific innovation connected here. Secret laboratory.
The film, which won 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, follows Cillian Murphy as J. Robert Oppenheimer in the race to build the atomic bomb.
This is a matter of life and death. I can perform this miracle.
Oppenheimer is streaming on Amazon Prime Video now.
Va bene. See.
Take a look back at one of recently passed actor Donald Sutherland's best films, Don't Look Now, streaming on the Criterion Channel and Pluto TV.
I really think we have to leave Venice. It was a warning. It was Christine.
Sutherland and Julie Christie play a couple who travel to Venice after the death of their daughter. But strange and slightly scary things seem to be happening. Don't Look Now is streaming on the Criterion Channel and Pluto TV now.
Master Bruce, your greatest fear is...
Snakes?
No.
Clowns?
No. It's being a part of a family again.
No, now it's snake clowns because you put that idea in my head.
And just added to Netflix is the 2017 film The Lego Batman Movie.
What? It's the Batcave! Oh my gosh! Look, it's the Bat-Sub!
Don't touch that.
The Bat-Zeppelin!
Don't touch that either.
It's the Bat-Kayak! No.
Will Arnett voices Batman in the comedic take on the brooding superhero.
Hi, Batman! No way!
Come catch your greatest enemy. Superman is my greatest enemy.
Superman's not a bad guy!
And I say that I don't currently have a bad guy. I am fighting a few different people.
The Lego Batman Movie is streaming on Netflix now.
Yes, we did it. Pretty
Those
cool.
are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
And coming up next, we'll have a look at our top morning headlines. Stick with us. You're watching Weekend Mornings.
Looking to buy or sell? Call Tommy Vaness Realty, First Weber's #1 team, dedicated to making your real estate dreams a reality.
At Tommy Vaness Realty, we understand that buying or selling a home is more than just a transaction. It's about finding the perfect match for your lifestyle.
Trust Tommy Vaness Realty for all of your real estate needs.
Why settle for less? Call Tommy Vaness.
If your kitchen is in need of a facelift, don't replace, reface. With cabinet refacing from Mad City Kitchens, choose new cabinet colors and hardware. Add soft close doors and drawers, lazy Susans, pull-out shelving, and new countertops. Mad City is Wisconsin's trusted cabinet refacing specialist with installations in as little as 2 days. We're also your local provider for replacement windows and custom bathing solutions. Call now during Big Deal Days. Save $1,500 on a cabinet refacing project. Now that's a big deal. 0 down and 0 interest till 2026. Senior and military discounts. Plus a bonus. Receive free countertop installation with your cabinet refacing purchase. And call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Hi, Phil Swift here for Flex Caulk, our high-performance hybrid caulk with our new trigger flow nozzle. Flex Caulk is so easy to use. Just push the trigger and you get a perfect bead every time. And when you stop, it stops. There's absolutely no mess. You can adjust the flow from thick to thin. It also comes in clear. Perfect for kitchen countertops, sinks, and backsplashes. Ordinary caulks, they dry out, but Flex Caulk stays flexible. And with our snap and save cap, you can Flex Caulk again and again. There's no waste. Flex Caulk has incredible adhesion. It even works underwater. It dries fast, is fully paintable, totally waterproof, and lasts for years. Forget those ordinary caulks and throw away that caulking gun. Get Flex Caulk, available at these fine retailers.
Fight the bite and take back your yard. Trust your trained local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin to defend against backyard pests. Our pioneered barrier treatment is backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. If a mosquito or tick is peskier than the rest, we will apply another treatment. The season's short in Wisconsin. Don't let mosquitoes and ticks make it any shorter. Call your local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin for a free quote. In less than 30 minutes, you'll be on your way to being outside all day.
Now at 8:30, a plea entered for a Lafayette County woman accused of poisoning her husband. Plus, the Supreme Court upholds a gun control law intended to protect domestic violence victims. Your top stories are coming up. And later, a building has just up and moved. Armand Rahman will share why and the how. Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings as we roll into this new half hour. Let's send it over to Kelly Slifka for a look at your Saturday forecast. Good morning, Kelly.
Yeah, another day with rain. What else is new? It does not seem to want to stop. What a difference a year makes. Remember last year we couldn't buy a drop through this time, but we've got more rain on the way. Also the flooding potential and the potential for some strong to severe storms, wind and hail, a possibility later this afternoon into the evening. Should start to taper off, it looks like, as we go into the early evening hours. Then we'll finally get into some drier weather starting later tonight. Solid area of light to occasionally moderate rain from Madison, Lone Rock, over toward Prairie du Chien. Most of it is now left La Crosse. Might be kind of done with it over there in parts of the Coulee region. But right now in Madison, we've got a couple more hours at least of some of this light to moderate rain going through. And even though we will see a little bit of a break in the early afternoon hours, we're expecting more to develop later on today. So here's our 6-hour future track. Now, listen to how it wants to tail right over the Madison area. Seems to happen quite frequently. So we'll just have to wait and see what develops, but count on some showers and thunderstorms and pretty solid area of rain this morning. Temperatures not as warm as they've been, 70s and low 80s across the area. We will see clouds around and the southwest wind up there around 10 to 15 miles per hour with on and off showers and thunderstorms in Madison and La Crosse. Do have some of the showers and thunderstorms getting a little bit of a break this morning, but look for those to move back in as we go into the afternoon. Talk more about the severe weather potential later today coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you so much. Moving on to our top stories this half hour, a Lafayette County woman accused of poisoning her husband, which sent him into a coma, has entered a plea. Court records show 51-year-old Amanda Chapman of Argyle was charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide. She pleaded no contest and was found guilty of a lesser charge of first-degree recklessly endangering safety. After waking from his coma, Gary Chapman reportedly told detectives that Amanda poisoned his morning coffee 3 times. Chapman is scheduled to be sentenced on July 25th. The Supreme Court upheld a gun control law on Friday intended to protect victims of domestic violence. In an 8-1 ruling, the justices upheld the federal law which prohibits people under domestic violence restraining orders from having firearms. The court ruled against the challenge brought by a 23-year-old in Texas who was indicted for possessing a firearm while having a restraining order against him. Justice Clarence Thomas was the lone dissenter in this ruling. And to a developing story overnight in Dodge County where a woman was seriously injured in a domestic incident. That's according to the sheriff's office there. They say the victim suffered serious laceration wounds before deputies arrived. They rescued the victim before the suspect then barricaded themselves inside the home for several hours. This lasted until around 12:15 this morning, with SWAT needing to be called in. The incident now remains under investigation. Back here in Madison, it was quite the neighborhood spectacle the past 2 days. A large building rolling on wheels through downtown. News 3 Now's Armand Rahman caught up with neighbors who watched it all happen.
I think your story just walked by the window.
Actually, rolled past in this case.
Oh my goodness, I don't even know. We're moving on an apartment, I guess.
Rather than run away like in a monster movie, residents ran out to watch and to gawk at how big could this building be.
40 feet.
If anyone would know.
So it's 23 feet wide by 84 feet long.
It's Brandon Cook.
I'm the owner of the structure on wheels. It was a great building. I just had to save it. It's replacing a single-family house that was past its useful life. So it's a great opportunity to keep housing stock, good housing stock in Madison.
More housing is something most Madisonians can get behind, and Cook says he got unanimous approval from the city and plan commission. But moving a 400-ton apartment building is a lot harder in real life. It took 18 movers and 30 MG&E Charter and AT&T crews to roll it inch by inch.
It's a logistic nightmare. I mean, it's power lines and utilities and trees.
I heard someone say with the gutter on the edge of the road, they have to be careful about the house tipping over.
It's quite the feat, but wasn't Emma's first rodeo.
We've had our house lifted up before by these guys, but it's cool watching a whole apartment building be moved.
It was supposed to be a one-day move, but Cook says power had to be restored over Thursday night. Neighbors like Lizzie Revlis don't seem to mind.
Kind of fun sitting out with the neighbors, getting to know my neighbors honestly for the first time and talking about it. And yeah, seeing the guys do their thing.
It's not every day you get to see a literal mobile home.
It's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
It's Armand Ramon reporting there. Super cool kind of stuff. Now, believe it or not, Cook says they were supposed to move another building, but ran out of time to do so. He expects people to start moving into this one in the fall. Time now is 8:35, still ahead. Kelly will have a quick check at today's forecast. Plus, here's today's day in history.
Belly's Flowers Annuals on sale now through June. Buy 2 annuals, get 1 free. Vegetables, planters, hanging baskets, and more. Buy 2 annuals, get 1 free at the award-winning Belly's Flowers with 4 Madison area locations. It's a great time to have RG Heating and Air Conditioning check your home's furnace system for safety and efficiency. RG services all brands and installs quality Trane equipment to keep your home running smooth year-round. Call RG Heating and AC today.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You can even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Graham's Auto and Truck Clinic for Best Non-Dealer Auto Service Shop. Vote for Graham's Auto and Truck Clinic on MadisonMagazine.com.
Get mega savings on mega fresh produce this Thursday through Sunday during Hy-Vee's Mega Produce Sale. Basket and bushel strawberries, just $1.49 a pound when you buy a 2-pound pack. Red grapes, just 99 cents a pound. Candy cantaloupe, just $1.49 each. Plus, over 100 additional produce items on sale. If you're picky about produce and delighted by deals, you won't want to miss the Mega Produce Sale this Thursday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Belly's Flowers Annuals on sale now through June. Buy 2 annuals, get 1 free. Vegetables, planters, hanging baskets, and more. Buy 2 annuals, get 1 free at the award-winning Belly's Flowers with 4 Madison area locations.
You have a consumer issue and you keep getting the runaround. Need help?
It's call for action to help me. Nobody else did.
Contact our team by phone or on channel3000.com. Call for action only on News 3 Now, moving forward for you. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is taking you beyond the barometer. Email your weather-related questions to firstwarn@wisctv.com, and our team of meteorologists will give you the answers on News 3 Now, live at 4.
Well, watch this. Some drone video shows the downtown area of Cook, Minnesota, which is flooding from a rising creek, and it's only going to get worse, according to forecasters. They're predicting the swollen Little Fork River will continue to rise, sending more water into Cook, raising the water level by 6 more inches to a foot.
This is unusual in that we usually get it from the snow, and like the mayor said, I think many of us thought we dodged a bullet without the flooding this spring, but we lost all the activity that goes with, as the mayor said, the economic activity with the snow. And now to have this happen right before the 4th of July really does impact communities.
Here in our area, we're also seeing some flood warnings today. Kelly Sifko now with a check of what's happening here in our neck of the woods.
Yeah, we've got the flood watches in effect for southern Wisconsin up until midnight. We've got the saturated grounds because of all this ongoing rain that we've had over the last several weeks, and we've got more rain where this came from. Therefore, we do have a first warn alert day for today. All hazards, including that flooding potential, but also the possibility of some strong winds and some large hail, all of southern Wisconsin. This should start to come to an end by later this evening. Meantime, pretty solid area of generally light to moderate rain moving across southern Wisconsin. So we've got a couple more hours at least here in the Madison area. It may last a little bit longer because it seems to be training kind of over the same areas. Has not really reached Watertown or Janesville, Monroe yet, but it'll get there. It's just taking us a little bit of time, but pretty solid area of light rain right now in the Madison area. As we take a look at our future track radar, you do notice how it does kind of tail off right over Madison. I think with some areas we'll get some breaks this afternoon. I think later this afternoon, though, we could see some stronger storms roll in, and we'll talk more about that timing of those storms and when we can finally expect some drier weather coming up.
Kelly, thank you. Former President Donald Trump's legal woes are helping his 2024 White House bid. According to campaign finance reports, Trump's re-election committee collected at least $27 million on May 30th and the 31st. Those are the day and the day after Trump was convicted in the New York criminal trial. Prior to that, Trump's 2 biggest fundraising days came after his indictment in the Manhattan trial and when he was booked into the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta. The man charged with attacking Nancy Pelosi's husband has been found guilty by a jury. David DePape was found guilty on 5 charges related to his home invasion hammer attack on Paul Pelosi. Those counts included aggravated kidnapping resulting in bodily harm or death and false imprisonment of an elder. The jury reached a unanimous decision on all 5 counts. He was already sentenced to 30 years in prison last month on federal charges related to the attack. And 2 U.S. astronauts who recently boarded the International Space Station from Boeing's Starliner spaceship will remain there for a little bit longer. After several delays, Boeing successfully launched Navy Captains Barry Butch Wilmore and Sunita Suni Williams on its Starliner spacecraft on June 5th. The original 8-day mission has been extended so engineers on the ground can assess for helium leaks and issues with the spacecraft's maneuvering jets. The data on these issues has been collected while the astronauts are in space because the craft's, quote, service module is being discarded upon re-entry to Earth's atmosphere.
They're cleared to come home in an emergency. If they really need to leave right now, they could. It's not like they're stranded on the space station, but NASA just wants to get as much information as they can before the crew comes home.
Wilmore and Williams are scheduled to return at New Mexico's White Sands Space Harbor on Wednesday, June 26th. Until then, they are helping astronauts and cosmonauts on the space station with data collection and maintenance. It looks like nothing but a bunch of melted material and metal, well, but it's an object that's out of this world, literally. NASA now confirming that it's part of the SpaceX Dragon spacecraft that landed in North Carolina. The piece was part of an object that is built to shuttle astronauts to the International Space Station and bring them back. Smithsonian astrophysicist Dr. Jonathan McDowell says this was the re-entry path of the Dragon's trunk, coming in hot at 17,000 miles an hour. And those pieces usually melt as it enters the Earth's atmosphere. Well, as we wait for the Paris Olympics to begin, the U.S. is already getting ready for the 2028 Games. On Friday, the International Olympic Committee announced the venues for the Los Angeles Summer Olympic Games. Gymnastics will be at the recently renovated downtown LA Arena and is home to the Los Angeles Lakers, the WNBA Sparks, and the National Hockey League's Kings. Meanwhile, Olympic basketball competitions will take place at an indoor arena in Inglewood, which will be the home to the NBA's Clippers. The swimming venue will be the largest in Olympic history, and it will be at the nation's newest large pro sports stadium. which is SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, and it's home to the NFL Rams and Chargers. That venue is expected to have 38,000 seats. The opening and closing ceremonies will both be at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum and the Inglewood Stadium. Well, the world briefly saw a new most valuable company this week, and the wealthy are losing a tax loophole. CBS News correspondent Jared Hill has today's Eye on Consumer report.
Move over Apple and Microsoft, there's a new top company in town. This week, NVIDIA became the world's most valuable public company for the first time. That's according to S&P Global. The company's meteoric rise is due to its computer chips, which power artificial intelligence. Only a dozen companies have led the S&P 500 market valuation since it was created in 1926. The IRS could rake in more than $50 billion over the next decade after closing a major tax loophole for the ultra-wealthy. The new rule would end what's called partnership basis shifting, when a business or person can move assets among a series of related parties to avoid paying taxes. The Treasury Department says the practice has become more common as the IRS deals with funding and staffing shortfalls. And Hooters restaurant is ready to be unboxed in your kitchen. 4 versions of Hooters boneless and bone-in wings, including barbecue and dry rub smoked, are now available in the frozen food aisle at public supermarkets across the country. They range in price from around $7.50 just under $9. Those are some of the week's top consumer stories. I'm Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
And still ahead on Weekend Mornings, Andrew checks in with Friday's news and sports. And let's take a live look outside this morning. Kelly will have another check of the forecast next on Weekend Mornings.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Senator Baldwin says I'm not from Wisconsin. But this was my childhood home. Graduated East High. Became a Badger in '86, where I've had my company for over 20 years.
And this is where we live. It's our family home.
I'm a 4th-generation Wisconsinite. It made me who I am. If Senator Baldwin's not going to be honest with you about where I'm from, what makes you think she'll be honest with you about anything? I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Hi, I'm Steve Lindenau, owner of Crazy Lenny's e-bikes. We are the e-bike experts. We've been doing this for well over a decade, and we'll use that expertise to get you into the right e-bike. We have the right bike here for everyone, and our knowledgeable staff will help select the right bike for you. So if you're looking for an e-bike, give us a call or stop on by, because nobody e-bikes like we bikes.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Elite Cognition for Best Mental Health Facility. Vote for Elite Cognition and all your favorites online today.
My husband and I finally agreed that we need a new bathtub and shower, so he went right to work on it. I think he's procrastinating.
For a new bathtub or shower, just call 1-800-HANSONS. Installed in as little as 1 day with optional safety features and a no-leak guarantee. Get 50% off installation or no interest and no payments for 1 year. Offer ends soon.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
Dear Triathlon, let's splash through rushing rivers, take on iconic trails, and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't kick back and enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs.
Right now, you can lease a new 2024 Corolla Cross for $299 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Tailored for your news the way you want it. With a customizable home page and faster page loads, download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
All right, good morning, meteorologist Kelly Slifka out of the patio, and yes, it is another wet start to our Saturday. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be kind of a solid area of rain this morning, and we don't need any more. This is just that over the last 24 hours, you can see north of Madison, on the north side of Madison up to Wanakee, parts of Columbia County. That's no joke. 5 inches of rain being reported from our Doppler track. Also near La Crosse, some locations picking up 3 to 4 inches of rain as well, and we really could use a break, but unfortunately we got the solid area of some light to moderate rain, mainly light rain, the lighter greens moving through the Madison. Occasionally you see some of that yellow would indicate some moderate rain over there toward Platteville, now starting to move into Middleton and also Verona. Put it in animation, you can see how it's kind of just training from southwest to northeast. So Madison, we've got a couple more hours at least of some of this light rain moving through. They get a little bit of a break early this afternoon before some more storms roll in later today. And with some of those storms that come in later today, not only adding to that flooding potential, but also some strong storms could produce some heavy winds and also some large hail. A lot of this will come to an end this evening. I think those will be the main threats, are the flooding potential and also that wind. Lower threats are going to be the hail and tornado as well. All right, so as we go through the morning hours, we got this solid area of rain moving through here. As you notice how it wants to train right over Madison. I tell you what, this happens a lot. Later this afternoon, as we get toward the dinner hour, that's when we're going to start to see some of those stronger storms roll on in. And even into the 9 o'clock hour, can't rule out some rain. I tell you what, it just does not want to end. And we could be talking about another inch, 2 inches. Some isolated pockets may pick up over 2 inches. So, yeah, we definitely could use a break from where we have been. But thankfully, we do have a break. After tonight, it looks like tomorrow and Monday, most of the day is dry. But we'll have another system move in that won't be as heavy of rain. But that will bring us some rain showers, it looks like Monday. Otherwise, pretty dry most of next week. And we definitely need some time to dry out. Well, because of the flooding potential and also the severe weather potential, we do have that first warning alert day because of both of those coming our way today. Thankfully, after midnight or so, I think the rain chances will be diminishing. We have a cold front passing through, and that will drop that humidity. So much more comfortable tomorrow. So tomorrow looks like the nice day of the weekend, 78. We're back in the 80s Monday and Tuesday as that humidity increases. Yet another cold front may bring in a couple of showers and storms. That should clear out by Wednesday and Thursday. Another opportunity, hopefully not happening on Saturday, but that's what we have. All right, La Crosse may see an isolated shower or thunderstorm tomorrow. I think most of the rain is coming through today. Monday, once again, just some scattered activity. We do cool down a little bit by Wednesday and Thursday, at least drop that humidity before we do have more rain chances by Friday and the following Saturday.
Phoebe Bacon has been representing Wisconsin and doing it at the absolute highest level for years. And at last night's Olympic trials, she had the chance to represent her country in her second straight Olympic Games. The Badger trying to make it to Paris this summer, needing a top 2 time to qualify in the women's 100-meter backstroke. Look at this, a race for second and a trip to Paris on the line. And Bacon just edges out her opponent by 0.07 of a second. She is headed back to the Olympics to represent the U.S. for the second time, and that is just phenomenal. Last night was the 17th annual Coaches vs. Cancer Wisconsin Gala, which legendary Badger basketball coach Bo Ryan has been spearheading for some time. Since its inception, they've raised more than $11 million for the American Cancer Society, raffling off dozens of high-stakes items. One of the best Badger basketball players ever, Frank Kaminsky, made his Madison return last night to support the event, something he said he wouldn't miss for the world.
It's always a good opportunity to come back to Madison for starters and see a lot of people. You know, I don't get to see Coach very often anymore, and I know this specific cause is very important to him, and it has been for a very long time. So you just want to come support, you know, all the people that are very meaningful in your life, and it's very important for me to come back and try to see everyone and support them and all their causes. So that's why I'm here.
Tonight, up to Alberta for the 6th game of the Stanley Cup Final. The Oilers were once down 3-0 in this series, but could force a Game 7 last night with a win. And would you look at that, Zach Hyman getting the job done. They finish it off, forcing a Game 7. They'll have the chance in Game 7 to become the second team in NHL history to win it all after trailing 3-0. They would join the 1942 Toronto Maple Leafs. That's your morning sports fix. Have a stellar Saturday.
I'm going to take real good care of your windows.
You need the experts at Feldco.
Right now at Feldco, get 2 windows for the price of 1.
Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
The Spring Green Art Fair is coming June 29th and 30th to downtown Spring Green. Hundreds of artists from around the nation will be there both days. Don't miss the fun and excitement June 29th and 30th in Spring Green.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including First Choice Dental for Best Dental Practice and Best Orthodontic Practice. Vote for First Choice Dental on MadisonMagazine.com.
I've heard AI is so easy to use, I had to give it a try for Stanton Optical's newest deal. Create a commercial selling 1 pair of glasses for $59. Hey, I said a pair of glasses, not a pair wearing glasses. Better, but it needs to pop more. Pop more, not popcorn. Forget it. Maybe using AI to make an ad wasn't my best idea, but you can get the best deal on glasses right now. Book your eye exam today. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Evie & Co. Boutique for Best Clothing Store. Vote for Evie & Co. Boutique and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
Sometimes it takes a different approach to see the possibilities all around you. Thanks.
Thank you for coming together.
With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath format, take courses on your own terms and apply the skills you learn right away. Imagine your future differently with Capella University.
Teens have drama. 1 more minute. Braces add more drama.
Oh, how does anyone do this?
Invisalign is better oral hygiene and no drama.
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9.
Kelly's back now with a final check of the forecast. Good morning, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning. We do have the flood watch in effect up until midnight. Because of the ongoing rain that we've had over the last several weeks, the saturated ground, and also the rain that we're expecting today, could see another 1 to 2 inches across the area. And also later this afternoon into the evening hours, we do have a severe weather, potential slight risk of severe weather. That is on a scale of 1 to 5. That's a category 2. That'll be giving us this alert day because of the potential of some large hail, also some damaging winds, along with that flood threat. By tonight, most of this should start to wind down a little bit later on this evening, and we'll actually get into some nicer weather. But right now, we've got the solid area of light to moderate rain, some moderate rain starting to move into the Madison area. You can see that yellow. Also near Platteville, Dubuque seeing some of that moderate rain, and then up into the Beaver Dam area headed toward Fond du Lac. So on 151 seeing some of the moderate rains moving northeastward. Our future track noticing that it becomes a little bit more scattered, but for some reason it wants to tail in right over Madison going into the afternoon. This seems to be an ongoing situation which we've had to deal with over the last several days. South winds up there at about 10 to 15 miles per hour as we climb in the low 80s. There will be some dry periods, but not a lot. Not a great day to be outside doing any kind of outdoor activities. For La Crosse, you got a little bit of a break from the rain right now, but some scattered showers and storms are expected a little bit later on today. High temperatures in the lower 70s.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you all for watching. We're back here tomorrow morning at 6:30.